Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
How is your day?
Not bad. I think so.
Okay, that's good to know. Do you have any plan for dinner?
For dinner, nah. I think that I will just stay at home, cook some dinner, study, and go to sleep.
Okay, I will start with the writing exercise first for you. You can see from the
Mm-hmm.
screen, this is a diagram describe the production of olive oil. It will start from the harvesting and it will end at the refined oil. You know, like oil after you filter and you can get like the pure oil at the end in the storage tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that means you can see this production will go through several steps to produce finished products. At the beginning, they will collect olive fruit from the trees and they will place the fruit in the collection VAT, like this one. So this is like a big container that can carry a large amount of olive fruit in here. You can see
Mm-hmm.
from X. Okay. Started from there, they will transfer the fruit to the next step, which is the lifting. That means they will remove the dust and the leaf of the fruit. In this, they will clean, wash, and clean in order to put the clean olive fruit in the olive mill. So in this part, they will rush the flesh until it becomes like a thick texture that we will call olive paste right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when this machine that we call olive mill will rush the olive fruit, the texture become very thick and sticky that we call olive paste, but it's still not oil yet, because there is still
Mm-hmm.
solid, I mean hard material inside.
Yeah.
So they will put the olive paste will travel to the Malaysia, and it will spin around the structure just to mix it a little bit under 27 degrees Celsius. After that, this olive paste will travel to the most very important of this process, centrifugal press. At this part, the space will be will be divided.
Mm-hmm.
We'll divide the solid and water and the wastewater in separation and decantation. So what is the difference between separation and decantation? Because at this part, the olive base is very thick. It also include oil, water, and the solid, which I would say the meat of the fruit, the flesh. And in this machine is will based on the chemical function to divide the ingredient. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And decantation will use the weight of the material because solid in water is heavier than oil. So it will stay and settle at the bottom of the container. For example,
Mm-hmm.
decantation is this container, right? And the olive bag go there. And because solid and water is heavier, so they will stay at the bottom like this. And then we will have oil separated from this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Virgin oils will travel to separation. At this part, the water still mix a little bit and cannot like separate 100%. So the virgin oil will travel to separation container. In this part, water will be drained out to another pipe right here. And you can have the 100% extra virgin oils, which will travel to the storage tank at the end. At this stage, also the final stage, which it will be ready for packaging and distributions. Okay. And then we have to deal with the solid water. So the biomass is the solid and the water. I would say so. The biomass can be processed further at refining factories. And I prepared the overview for you right here with some vocabulary so you can develop your writing.
Okay.
Okay. The next part that I would like to share with you is this test 2. The typical teaching situation between student and teacher in classroom will be gone by the year 2050. And to what extent do you agree or disagree? So this topic is about traditional classroom compared to digital classroom in the future. Yes. So I will start with the introduction like this one. The traditional classroom with student and teacher may disappear, according to some people' prediction. It will be replaced by new form of technology-based learning, which I can say digital learning. So if you agree with that or disagree, I think most people will disagree because we need face-to-face interaction with teacher in order to have like a collective conversation. Yeah. So maybe that modern technology can influence education. But traditional classroom cannot completely disappear in the future. And I mentioned here, interaction and guidance from teacher can play a vital role for effective learning. Yeah. Okay. So I will share with you how digital learning will develop, will evolve here, and why human teacher and face-to-face education can continue in the future. Okay. First of all, we had to play the theory side. Technology will change education. Of course, you can see the involvement and participant introduction of AI tools in study, right? Now you can input your data and ask the AI tool to support you with study, but it's just the part of it. If you're too dependent on AI tools, then the knowledge is not stay with you forever. Yeah. So it can support you to make everything nicely and organized, but the depth of the knowledge have to be developed from you. So yeah, we can agree that technology can significantly transform the way students learn in the future because we can use online learning platform to support distant learning and virtual classroom as well. You can study anywhere, anytime. The next one that I already mentioned, artificial intelligence, can personalize lesson and help to track the student progress. So which means it's help the teacher to be more productive, more efficient when it comes to data management, you know. Okay. So things like science or engineering can be benefit from technology because now you can simulate the real world environment easily thanks to AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
So traditional teaching method become less dominant and technology offer flexibility and individualized learning experience. Okay. To the other side, the opposite. What is the vital role of human teachers? And you still understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still need teachers to be involved because only by yourself you feel difficult to organize everything in order, and you need someone experienced with that to support you. In
Mm-hmm.
here, human teachers in classroom are still important. The face-to-face interaction between teachers and student cannot fully replace
Mm-hmm.
because beside teaching, they can provide emotional support. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
Discipline and social skill. Machine cannot replicate, it means replace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also like classroom discussion didn't develop the environment, communication, teamwork. You need friends, and that cannot come from digital classroom because it will like isolate you from interacting with other. You will feel like I don't have the need to talk to anybody in the class because I can only need to interact with my teacher when I turn on the microphone. That's right. So the subject like literature or ethics or human discussion depending understanding beyond what technology can offer is one of the example here. So even like with the advanced tools, human connections still remain the foundation of true education here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And with the conclusion, you just need to restate the opinion and final thoughts for this topic.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's for the writing. Now I will move on to the next exercise. And with the writing, the deadline will be next Friday. Things like that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, did you have a chance to look at the link of listening and reading part?
Uh, Let me check it again. What
Mm.
link is it?
Yeah,
Uh,
I will pin it again. Wait a second. But we can do it now.
okay.
Yeah, we can start with
You
this.
will hear part of a lecture for students about suburbs. First, you have some time to look at
Okay.
questions 31 to 40.
I need to find where's the button. Ah, right here. Okay, silly me. Right. So let's start from 31 to 36. Suburb in the countryside. And from 31 to 36, you need 2 words for each answer. He will talk about life in suburb, and he already mentioned a kind of people who live here, which is labor worker. There will be another type of people who live here.
Mm-hmm.
And then something low based on the tax and prices. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay, so I can start with this.
You will hear part of a lecture for students about suburbs. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40.
There were just small settlements.
And answer questions 31 to 40.
In the beginning of human civilization, there were no cities. There were just small settlements. They grew with time and became villages and towns. Then, at a certain stage, when the size became big enough, we call it a city. So, what about suburbs? Generally speaking, a suburb is a mixed-use or residential area existing as either part of a city or as a separate residential community within commuting distance of a city. Some small towns near a big city were absorbed by the city and became its suburbs. Many labor workers, such as carpenters, construction, and factory workers, live in the suburbs of the city. They usually have a lower income than the middle class and can't afford the expensive houses or apartments in downtown area. They live in the suburbs where the infrastructure is poor and the rent is low. Interestingly, you may also see wealthy residents, most of whom are highly paid engineers, lawyers, and doctors, enjoy their life in the suburbs. They live in the expensive neighborhoods, which are located in the nicer areas. They usually have a very big house and a garden and a garage. Traditionally, many people think that living in the suburbs is less convenient than living downtown, where there were supermarkets, shopping malls, and other facilities. These facilities are not concentrated or even available in the suburbs. Sometimes, people there have to travel for half an hour to get to the nearest market or grocery store. Actually, there are many good things about living in the suburbs. For instance, people pay relatively low taxes than people in the city, so they can have a more disposable income. And food is cheaper than those in the cities. Many people have noticed that vegetables and some kinds of fruits are usually produced in the suburbs or transported to the suburbs first before they reach the city. Because of lower taxes and other beneficial policies, it's much easier to start one's own business in the suburbs. For instance, open a cafe or set up a shop. That's why we can see a lot of startups in the suburban region. It could also save a lot of money and effort. Because of the ever-increasing population, now you can see many large-scale housing areas constructed in almost all city suburbs, as there is no room for new apartment buildings or houses in the cities. Outside of many big cities such as London, there are big residential areas. Also, the roads are designed and built much later, so they are usually much wider than the roads downtown. This will provide greater mobility for suburban residents. They can travel faster from one place to another since there are fewer traffic jams, despite the growing number of automobiles on the roads. This is one of the reasons why more people are moving out of the city these years. Yet, the suburbs are also facing some troubles in its development. Many suburbs are usually occupied by houses and residential areas. As a result, there were not enough room for trade activities. Even some supermarkets and small restaurants are suffering from this. People usually have to drive a car to the nearest grocery store. This warns the urban planning department to improve their work and have the vision to think ahead of time. I think you might be interested in an interview that we did with some
Can you share with me what is your guess for 31 to 36?
I think the 31 is, I heard something about carving a factor or something. I'm not sure about that. 32 is taxes. 33 is business. 34 is apartment. 35 I think is ability. And 36 is trade activities.
Yeah, 36 is trade.
Okay.
Next paper trade, but we can go back to 31 because carpenter is represent labor workers. She mentioned labor worker and then she gave some example. And then she mentioned another type of people who live there with 3 other example. So I will go back to that part first here.
commuting distance of a city. Some small towns near a big city were absorbed by the city and became its suburbs. Many labor workers, such as carpenters, construction, and factory workers, live in the suburbs of the city. They
Okay, so that's the first part. The next one.
usually have a lower income than the middle class and can't afford the expensive houses or apartments in downtown area. They live in the suburbs where the infrastructure is poor and the rent is low. Interestingly, you may also see wealthy residents.
You may also see,
Wealthy residents.
yeah, and then she gave some example like
Rent is low. Interestingly, you may also see wealthy residents, most of whom are highly paid engineers, lawyers, and doctors.
okay, that's with the part. So let's say 31 is wealthy residents.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one, you already have text here. So the price of something are low. Let's continue.
Enjoy their life in the suburbs. They live in the expensive neighborhoods, which are located in the nicer areas. They usually have a very big house and a garden and a garage. Traditionally, many people think that living in the suburbs is less convenient than living downtown, where there were supermarkets, shopping malls, and other facilities. These facilities are not concentrated or even available in the suburbs. Sometimes people there have to travel for half an hour to get to the nearest market or grocery store. Actually, there are many good things about living in the suburbs. For instance, people pay relatively low taxes than people in the city, so they can have a more disposable income. And food is cheaper than those in the cities.
You got low tech and something.
Income?
Which one is cheaper?
They can have a more disposable income. And food is cheaper than those in the cities.
Food.
Yes. So the prices of food are low. She mentioned that cheaper. At 34, you need to talk about the size of the housing area. So let's continue there.
Or set up a shop. That's why we can see a lot of startups in the suburban region. It could also save a lot of money and effort. Because of the ever-increasing population, now you can see many large-scale housing areas constructed.
Large-scale house?
Yes, that's the one. Large-scale housing area. Construction.
Population, now you can see many large-scale housing areas constructed in almost all city suburbs, as there is no room for new apartment buildings or houses in the cities. Outside of many big cities such as London, there are big residential areas. Also,
Yeah. And for 31, that's kind of tricky because they mentioned that the road get wider. And I think that you almost get there. It's just a little bit adjustment in here.
the roads are designed and built much later. so they are usually much wider than the roads downtown. This will provide greater mobility for...
Can you hear that part? Greater something?
Greater ability?
No, it's mobility.
Oh, mobility. Okay.
Yes. So you know mobile phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mobile is an adjective, and mobility is a noun. We talk
Mm-hmm.
about movement, the ability to move around.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Also, the roads are designed and built much later, so they are usually much wider than the roads downtown. This will provide greater mobility for suburban residents.
Okay. She will interview 4 people, and they will give opinion about living in a suburb. And you got some option here. People friendly, healthier, less crowded, more convenient, happier, and some similarity. So let's see how they think about life here.
Supermarkets and small restaurants are suffering from this. Is like compared to life downtown. Jack Simmons is an office worker who lives in the western suburbs of London.
Okay, that part I will go back to. Let's start from here.
I think you might be interested in an interview that we did with some residents in the suburban area of London. Their opinions can give us a picture of what suburban life is like compared to life downtown. Jack Simmons is an office worker who lives in the western suburbs of London. Through his observation, he thinks that although there are few public gyms or clubs, and it's not convenient to travel to the town for fitness classes, people in the suburbs actually do more exercise, such as jogging and swimming. So, he concluded that the suburban folks enjoy a much healthier lifestyle compared with their city counterparts. When we interviewed Ellen Simpson, a housewife who lives in the northern suburbs, she told us that living in the city center is a nightmare. She said the city center is always congested with both cars and people, and she could not stand it anymore. Though many of her friends live in the city and people are generally friendly there, she still prefers to live in suburban areas and has adjusted to living here now. We talked to an engineer named Robert Gregory, who works downtown and lives in the suburbs. In his opinion, the architectural style in the suburbs is quite the same as that in the city nowadays. Besides, people in the suburban area also pursue goals that are similar to the ones pursued by the people in the city. Also, people in the suburbs don't seem to be more satisfied with their life. Sarah Godfrey is an English teacher at a school in the city. According to her, people in cities are not necessarily less friendly than their counterparts in the suburbs, but the latter always smile. They go to the parks and have gatherings more often. These activities are important in improving life quality and the level of happiness.
That is the end of section 4.
Okay, what's your guess for Jack Simons?
B, people they are healthier.
And Alan Simpson?
I think it's A, people they are friendlier.
And Robert?
F, there are some similarities. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Similarity.
Similarities, okay. And the last one is E, people they are happier.
People are happier. B-A-F-E. I think you need to listen to Ellen share again because she's very confusing. She doesn't mean
Yeah.
friendlier. I think that she compared between the city and the suburbs somehow. Let's go back to Ellen.
Adjusted to living here now. We talked to an
Okay. Ellen.
prefers to live in suburban areas and has adjusted to living here now. We talked to an engineer named Robert Gregory.
Okay. Go back a little bit.
Ellen Simpson a
housewife
style compared with their city counterparts. When we interviewed Ellen Simpson, a housewife who lives in the northern suburbs, she told us that living in the city center is a nightmare. She said the city center is always congested with both cars and people, and she could not stand it anymore. Though many of her friends live in the city and people are generally friendly there, she still prefers to live in suburban areas and has adjusted to living here now.
So it's about less crowded, I think so.
Yeah. Even though the people in the city are friendlier, but she still prefer to live in a suburb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The rest of it are correct. We continue with the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So the story about the club have members from around 30 countries. The member cost, if you can see this is a year, maybe they will start with how much that you will spend for a month, and then they can mention things like 12 months or 6 months as well. So you can compare what is the price for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And only one word for each answer here. Anything else? Regular event. They will have, it will take place in the university center. And you can see the hall here. So I think that we've mentioned something like the main hall, the old hall, or the current, or the, yeah. Or even they can use the direction in south, north, east, or west side. They don't need to bring something with them. And if they needed to do something, they have to call the meal on Sunday of every month. Okay. You know that we only have like 4 Sunday or 5 Sunday every month, right? So
Yeah.
I think that it's just like Mother Day or Father Day, they will mention the ordinary number of which Sunday they would like to organize. Okay.
Okay.
And then the summer events. Let's see. Okay.
2 months for £2.50. So, well,
It's now.
Oh, Louise. I remember her. So, are you from the States too, Julie?
Yes, from California.
Great. Well, let's see what I can tell you about the club. It doesn't cost a lot to become a member. You can join for 2 months for £2.50, or it's £8.50 for 12 months.
And is it only for university students?
No, we're open to anyone. We have quite a few members from the language schools in town, and also local people who are interested in meeting people from other countries.
Okay. So what sorts of things do you do?
Well, one thing we organise on a regular basis is dancing. That's a great way to get to know people.
Do you mean like disco?
No, we don't do disco. We do folk dances. Some from Europe, but some from further afield. Everyone really enjoys them. We meet on Monday evenings at 8:30. Do you know the University Centre?
Yes, I think so.
We meet there in the main hall. Don't get confused with the old hall, where there's a ballroom dancing group. They're nothing to do with us.
And can I just show up?
Sure, everyone's welcome.
And do I need to come along with a partner for the dancing?
You don't have to, though you can if you want to. I'm sure you'll have a good time. We have live music for some sessions. I don't suppose you play a musical instrument, do you?
I play the violin, but I'm not very good.
Well, we're looking for some people to join the band. If you're interested, why don't you call Mike? His number's 01356 890 674.
Okay, thanks.
Then we also have a meal together regularly. That's once a month, and it's always on a Sunday, the second one of the month.
Oh, so that'll be this coming Sunday. And where's that held?
In the university centre again, in the canteen. We used to have it in the restaurant on the ground floor, but that's closed at weekends now, unfortunately, so we're up on the top floor. They do very reasonably priced meals, things like baked potatoes and pizza.
And can I just show up there?
Absolutely.
Do English.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10.
Do English.
Now listen.
Do you want to continue 7 to 10, or are you going to go back?
I think I get all the answer, but I think I would like a review on it.
So that I will go back with you.
Yeah.
Before that, can you share with me what's your guess?
I think the number one is £8.50.
£8.50.
Yeah.
And
number two is the main hall.
3.
3 is a partner. Number 4, I heard something about music or the band. I think it's the band. I think so. Number 5 is on the second Sunday. Number 6 is on the top floor.
Top floor. So I get this one correct. You can check the floor again.
And can I just show up there?
Absolutely.
Do English.
And where's that held?
In the university centre again, in the canteen. We used to have it in the restaurant on the ground floor, but that's closed at weekends now, unfortunately, so we're up on the top floor. They do very reasonably priced meals.
So they are all correct. 8.15 for a year and everything. Yeah. He mentioned something like 3.50 for 2 months and then 12 months something.
Yeah.
You can move on to 7 to 10. This one is the difficult part.
Go swimming. Carnival they hold there.
Sorry, I have to go back a little bit.
English.
Then we have some special summer events too. On July the 2nd, we're going to a place called Great Hampton, about half an hour's drive away, to take part in the carnival they hold there every year. It's always a good day out, especially if it's a sunny day.
Oh, Louise said she went on that last year. She said it was really good. And it'd be nice to go somewhere out of town.
Well, in that case, you might be interested in our event on July the 16th. That's a walk in the Stannard Hills. We do about 15 kilometres, so it's a decent walk, and it's for charity.
Well, sounds a pretty long way.
Then, on August the 7th, we're having a garden party at the home of one of our organisers. She has an outdoor pool, so if the weather's warm enough, you'll be able to go swimming.
Okay. Hard to imagine that today.
Well, the summer hasn't really started yet. Then our last summer event's on September the 4th. Last year we went to a castle, but this year we're going to the theatre. We do ask members to let us know in advance for that, so we can book.
Sure. Well, I'd definitely like to join.
Do English.
What's your guess for 7?
Okay. Number 7 is carnival.
Have you ever been to one?
I don't think so.
Carnival is just, it's look really tribal, like really cultural, ethnic. When people dress up and they set up like fair. Fair is an outdoor event where you can play different outdoor games like shooting, guessing the number. You see one of the moment you can see from Carnival. But the most interesting part of this one, they can show the tribal culture. They can dress
Mhm.
specially and do the parade like this one. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's so tribal, right? You know the word tribal, thuộc về bộ lạc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They use the bird feather to make the hat and the outfit like this one.
Mhm.
What about 8?
For a charity.
Yeah, that's a charity. That's correct. And they could go.
Number 9, I heard could go pool, Pool.
Actually, if you go to the pool, that will involve in what activity?
Swimming.
Yeah. So that's better to say. Swimming
Mhm.
outdoor. And the trip to the
I heard he say the theater, if I correct.
yeah, the trip to the theater.
Mhm.
Let me say. And now we can move on to reading.
Mhm.
Okay, we will start with this one first. Olive oil production. According to the text, which of the following does not affect the individual
Mhm.
features of olive oil from different regions? Varieties, access to waters, the day of picking, or the techniques. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Olive oil has been one of the staple. So staple is just like something very important, very an icon Mediterranean diet for thousands of years. And this is the most versatile oils. Versatile is flexible and it can enhance the taste of many food. Okay. This is the fruit oil can be obtained from just brushing. Most other type of popular oils like corn canola, they have other way to obtain the oils and is
Mhm.
that the benefit, the health benefit, the favorite rates of olive oil. So rate of olive oil, we can have extra virgin, virgin and olive oil. This is olive varieties. You got this
Mhm.
one here, and you need to find out which one is not. They got a basic rate and with different type of olive harvesting method, the time of harvest, and the pressing technique. So which one does not include here? You got the techniques, you got the time, and you got types of olive. So it's not something not included.
Not included. So like olive varieties.
Variety is the type of olive. They got the race of olive oil here.
Mhm.
Which one does not mention?
Oh, that not mentioned. The date of the baking.
But you got the time of harvest here.
Oh, time of harvest.
And you got the pressing techniques here.
So, access to water?
Yes, that's the one. And then continue. You need to find out which one not part of olive tree management. Feeding, careful watering, replanting, and killing parasite. Okay. So follow up to the next paragraph. You can hear olive tree must be properly cared. That means the management to achieve good economic yields. So care include irrigation. Irrigation, that means watering, burning, fertilizing, and killing pests. So which one is not a part of the management?
Management.
That means the caring. This is water. The water system, how they cut, pruning, that means cut and trim, fertilize, that means you put more ingredients to, like fertilizing, that means they use the waste of animal to feed the development, and killing pests, the insect. So you don't see them talk about replanting, right?
Yeah.
So that will be the answer, replanting. And let's continue. According to the text, what is the main danger of frost? The main danger of frost. The olive produce will be small in size, or it kills the olive trees. The fruit won't mature. Not enough fruit will be produced. Right here. Olive will survive on very poor soil with shallow soil, but will grow very slowly and yield poorly. Deep soil tend to produce exceptionally vigorous trees, also with low yield. So what is yield? Yield mean like the outcomes, the quantity of the fruit. But yeah, you find out the frost here. The side must be free of hard winter frost because wood damage will occur at temperature below 15 Fahrenheit degree, and freezing weather can ruin any chance for a decent crop. So it will damage.
Okay.
It will be damaged. And which one mean damage here?
Like it kills the olive trees?
That's correct. Because if they talk about small inside, it's about the soil, not about the fruit.
Yeah.
So when they mention extra virgin, something like certification, extra virgin olive oil certification using water in the extraction progress, or pressing the oil it taken from the origins where they take the oil, the time gap between tree and bottles. That's not suitable. The temperature, that can make sense. Okay, so to find certification, you can go down a little bit from the front until we see in the first line here. The best olive oil holds certificate by an independent organization. They authenticate. They authenticated mean they make everything legal. Okay. The stone ground in cold press extraction process. The stone ground, that means they certificate the soil the origins of this one and how they do in the cold press extraction process. There's no water in this extraction.
Yeah.
Is hand harvesting. Oh, no. It's hand harvesting. They don't mention the water. Time lapse here. This one already mentioned. We spread the oil taken. Time lapse here. What about the temperature? Okay, I think that the temperature related to cold.
Yeah.
So we got a temperature, we got a time gap in which pressing the oil taken from. So water is not the option here. Okay, continue with true, false, and not given. Olive trees don't need a regular supply of water to survive. Is it true or not given? I think we have to go back to this part. Is it true or not given? When you already answer for the question like water, here access to water doesn't reflect it. Don't need a regular supply of water to survive.
Well, like true.
True, yeah. They only mention the soil. They don't mention the water, so that would be true. Yeah. Since they are drought tolerant. You understand drought tolerant? That means last week or even the week before, we also have another reading about olive, and they accept the weather condition without rain. You remember that? Yeah, maybe we have a look at it later.
Okay.
So they agree to develop without rain. They accept drought tolerant. They are drought tolerant. Insist no other cooking oils apart from olive oil contain polyphenols. I think I can find polyphenol down here. I don't see the word. Okay, look at the last paragraph. Do you see polyphenol?
I don't see it.
I have here. Okay. Do you see my highlight here?
Oh, yeah.
And this one. Now read the second one. The polyphenols are not the only substances in the olive. They are quite unique when compared to other commonly used curly oils, such as sunflower and soy oil. So they mention no other cooking oil apart from olive oil contain polyphenols. It is a true, false, not given statement.
Quality of phones.
Yeah. Damage to olive before they are pressed can affect the taste of the oil. So I will continue upper a little bit here because I see damage. You can happy to read this. If the temperature of the oil climbs above 86 Fahrenheit degree, it will be damaged and cannot be considered cold press. Because the first pressing oil contains the most polyphenols, the substance can have powerful antioxidants. Antioxidants to help people prevent from different disease like cancer or aging. So that's why olive oil very expensive because it can boost your immune system. So do you think that's true, false, or not given?
Not given.
It's true, actually.
Oh.
Because right here, it will be damaged and cannot consider cold press. When they mention the first pressing oil will have the most polyphenols. Very important. So this will be true.
Okay.
Now let's talk about oil production process. Olive trees should be planted in earth. Good drainage in a year-round warm climate. So let's go back to where it's taken care of here. Olive will survive on very poor soil with shallow soil, but grow very slowly and yield poorly. Deep soils tend to produce safely vigorous trees. So the ideal site for olive production is this one. So you got earth represent soil, and that means the answer for H will be
Clay? I think so.
clay. You know clay, right?
Yeah.
A type of a material can make pot and a cup. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. State number 2. Trees must be carefully irrigated and fertilized, and something must be controlled. So irrigated, fertilized show up here. Care include regular irrigation, pruning, fertilizing, and killing pests. So which one must be controlled?
Might be control. I think it's killing pest.
Yeah. So just pick one. Pest. If you want to get that will make you profit. So it's about business, right? And you have to go back from the beginning of this paragraph. I think it's just right there. Olive tree must be properly cared in order to make you achieve, and you got good income, economic yields. Then that would be
So like economic
yield.
only yield.
Economic yield is like productivity. I already told you like yield is the outcomes from the production, right? Yeah, this one.
I just don't know how many words that can I write in.
I will go back here. No more than 3 words.
3 words. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that economic yield is good, or even you can put like good economy.
Mhm.
And that's also correct. Olive across to form a Mm. There's no cross in this paragraph, so we can move on to this one.
Mhm.
Picking and pressing. It's not clear in the paragraph to see about a crossing.
Mhm.
Once at the mill, the leaves are sucked away with the air fans, and all leaves are washed with circulating potato water to remove all impurity. Impurity is just like the solid of the meat. Yeah. The first step is met. Okay, here. Mashing the olives to create a paste. You cross it in the mill. And I solidly release the oil from the cell without hitting the base. And you got the olive paste after you brush it.
Mhm.
So to create a paste. Mashing the olive to create a paste. So 11 will be paste. You know paste?
Paste. No.
Yeah, we have different things like sauce, you know, fish sauce,
Mhm.
and shrimp paste. I will write it down.
Mhm.
Fish sauce is very popular in Vietnam, and also
Yeah.
shrimp paste. And why do we call salt and why do we call paste? Salt is like liquid and light
Mhm.
and light, but paste is just like sticky and thick. Okay. Fish sauce nước mắm is liquid and light, but shrimp paste, the texture is sticky and thick, right? The internet is
Okay.
still, yeah, okay. So that's
Okay.
why they mentioned after they crush, it still have the solid, the water and oil together. So it
Mhm.
really sticky and thick to
Mhm.
say paste. And you even have the suggestion here that paste is put on crown mats inside something.
Mhm.
So if you look further, you can see the round mat, something like here. The olive paste to be discharged and applied to round mats. The mats are
Mhm.
stacked and placed under the head of a hydraulic press frame
Mhm.
that apply downward pressure and extract the oil. So what is number 12?
Hmm.
Where's the round? Where are the round mats? It inside something?
Yeah. Like in a restaurant or something? I don't know.
This one. Because this is the only thing that plays under, that means they stay inside, right? A hydraulic rest frame. I will show you. It's something like water, and they use the pressure of water to press it. So they use chemical word hydraulic. Like this.
Oh.
Yeah. They use the pressure of water to affect the paste. Yeah, hydraulic press. So water is blended with the paste. And is pressed and water oil mixture escape. State number 5. Water is removed by something in the process. You can see water right here. The water and oil are then separated in a centrifugal. Centrifuge, that's also the one that in the olive production process. Cái centrifuge này trong writing task, in the writing task, you can see that is a kind of machine that can separate the extract. Yeah. So mostly, how do this function? It will spin really fast. It will spin really fast to separate the solid, the water, and the oil. And that's it. Okay. We still have the part. An important language development. Okay. So, you know, a long time ago, before we have written word, people had to put some information in different material. And first of all, they mentioned A form. This is a kind of tablet that produced in different shape and size. So we will start with the first one. The word personal system of handwriting 6,000 years ago in summer. In what is now southern Iraq. So it's more often inscribed. Inscribed, that means you used a pen, something really pointed, something sharp and pointed, and then they make a mark in the surface. Khắc dấu, inscribed. I show you the picture like this. That's the inscribed. They have to use a sharp tools, a pointed tool to put the information on a hard surfaces like this one. Khắc dấu, yeah. on palm side, rectangular clay tablet. But we need to find out if the tablet got different shape inside here. You also here in the clay actually refer to the mark or sign inscribed on the clay. So consists of a series of lines, triangle, vertical, diagonal, and horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
And here we can see something rectangular. Several
Mm-hmm.
centimeters across. Sometimes it's larger, sometimes it's cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
So is it true, false, or not given?
I think it's true.
Yeah. And submarine writer marked on the clay tablet, the tablet was dry. I don't think so because clay only work when it's wet, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it's dry, it's so vulnerable it can be broken.
Yeah.
And then the writer would impress the line into wet clay with a stylus, a long thin pointed instrument, look somewhat like a pen. Well.
Mm-hmm.
So is this false?
Yeah.
Yeah. Often difficult to read because of its size. I don't think it's mentioned. I don't have to read it, but I know it's one mentioned. Because they mentioned only say it's similar to how the Latin alphabet is used today for writing English, French, Spanish, and German. So there's no way they would talk about the size of the thing. They only talk about series of lines.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you say? Is it true, false, not given?
Think that it's not given.
Okay, so keep it there. A number of languages adopted QA form. Yeah, we actually saw English, French, Spanish, and German. So is it true or false?
I think it's true.
Because you see English, Spanish, and well, yeah. You can see English, French, Spanish, and German is a confirmation for this answer. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this one, try to have it properly. Cuneiform. Cuneiform. Chữ hình name. So it's just like Chinese. Chữ hình tượng. So cuneiform sign can be found in some modern alphabet. That's tricky. They mentioned that this is similar to how the Latin alphabet is used today. And for writing English, French, Spanish, and German. But this part is not actually confirmed that is used in modern alphabet. Just similar, nothing can be found. So I think it's better to be not given because with number 4 you can see a dozen languages is correct yet. But can be found in modern alphabet. I don't think you can see the details to confirm that. Okay, now let's focus on token. And they will make an example, something often used. By the development of cuneiform tokens were used by the Sumerians to record certain information. For example, they might take small stone and use them as token for or representation of something else like a goat. So what is the answer? You can only choose one word. Something.
Like stones.
Yeah. That's only that part. They use stone as a token. You know, token is like
Yeah.
a currency.
Mm-hmm.
Token is just like a currency, like a thing that you trade for something else. The first token were kept in container, and that container made of something. These token might be placed in a cloth container and provided to a buyer as a receipt for a transaction. What is that container made of? What is material?
Cloth.
Cloth.
Cloth, okay.
Cloth. C-L-O-T-H, right? Cloth.
Yes,
That
that one.
consider H is silent, so you can easily know it. Token was used as something to give when selling something. Just add that part.
Transactions?
Transaction is selling something already.
Or maybe a receipt?
Yeah. As a receipt to give when selling something. Token were put in a container that looked like a clay. So by the 4th century before Christ, the Sumerians had adapted the system to form of writing. They began putting token in a container, resembling an envelope, and now make of clay instead of cloth. So what is that? Do you think?
Like, instead of cloth? Like an envelope or something?
Yeah, envelope. You know envelope?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And complex abstract symbol develop. At first sight, look like they indicated. Example. Okay. When first developed, right here, its symbol looked like the concrete thing it represents. For example, an image which resembled the drawing of a sheep meant just that. And then another level of abstraction was introduced when symbols were developed for entangled ideas, such as female, heart, or God. Signs look like what they indicate, and they make an example. Only a sheaf mentioned when they first developed, as an example here.
Yeah.
So beside the drawing, sheep. I will put it in a plural now.
Okay.
It's abstract here. Another level of abstraction. Eventually. Eventually. In its last state. Cuneiform size shape, like develop. So develop is the evolution. Sự tiến hóa. The size took the form of triangles. It became common uniform size.
Yeah.
According to experts, cuneiform was mainly used for as the mark became more abstract, the system became more efficient because there were fewer marks as reader needed to learn. It became more complex because the society become more complex. Okay, expert is linguists and historians agree cuneiform developed primarily as a tool for accounting. So what's your answer here?
My useful tool, I think so. Or maybe accounting.
Yeah, because we will focus from this preposition for accounting. A tool can already represent useful.
Yeah.
And in 19th century, translation of cuneiform by Henry Rawlinson. So he copied impression onto. So here's the thing, onto, that means on something. And he copied this on some other material. That's in the late 19th century, a British army officer, Henry Rawlinson, discovered cuneiform impression. Okay, he found it. But at that time, it was carved in the surface of rocks. So he made impression of the marks on last piece of paper, and he painted dangerously on the surrounding rocks. Okay, here's the thing. Impression, that means not like surprise or anything. Impression is like you place the in here he mentioned the paper, right? You place the paper on a coin and then you use your pencil to just keep score it until the mark of the coin placed in the paper. And that's what the writer described what he did. He made impression. Not like he feels surprised, but he placed the paper and then he tries to make the mark, place it there. So what kind of material that he make the copies? I just explained to you how he do that.
Like rocks or
No.
piece of paper or something.
So just choose one word that only
Paper?
paper, yes. You know what I mean, right? When he
Yeah.
paper and then he tries to keep the mark in there. And I forgot one. True for not given. Let's see. Oh, difficult to read because of its size. This is not given. I forgot to. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's right here. Too small to see with the naked eye. We didn't focus on these questions. Yeah, we missed this question. We didn't answer these questions, so that's not correct. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll share everything to you. Okay, that's everything.
Okay.
I will share the result to you, and I think it's all good. We can finish at this part. Okay. I would like to know if you have some time, some free time on Monday around 4,
On Monday,
around 3 and
let me check the schedule again. Let's see. Maybe on Monday at 4 p.m.
yeah, 4 p.m. That's okay.
Okay.
So I can make up for you on Wednesday. I will make up the
Yeah.
last Wednesday on Monday. So see you
Okay.
on Monday at 4.
See you.
Okay, thank you, Rachel. Have a nice weekend.
Have a nice weekend.
Okay, enjoy your day.